Trojan Auto Parts of Troy, home of Napa know-how. Stop by and see owners Mike and Melissa Kilcrease and their Napa know-how team with over 100 years of combined experience. We're the only locally owned parts store in Pike County, and we're fully stocked and ready to serve you. We pride ourselves on being your go-to parts store, not only for the simple items, but we specialize in those hard-to-find items as well. Trojan Auto Parts, the right part at the right price at the right time. Napa, a name you've trusted here in Troy since 1945.
Are you a driver trainee looking for a job? Then come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line, where we reimburse you for your driver training pay. Thank you so much for bringing Reed Steak to Wiley Sanders Truck Line.
Absolutely. And now that we brought them to you, what do you have to offer them?
I have a lot to offer them. I can offer them 401k. I can give them 4% of their gross pay. I can give them Blue Cross Blue Shield. I can get them home twice a week and every weekend. That's right, twice a week, every weekend. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Thank you, sir.
At Marguerite's, we've been designing and crafting custom jewelry for 4 generations. It's an art for master jewelers. There's really no room for error. It doesn't matter how big the diamond is. You don't expect anything less than perfection. What matters is quality, beauty, and value. After all these decades, your engagement ring is still our greatest pride. Marguerite's exquisite jewelry.
At the Piggly Wiggly, we proudly support our local farmers and bring you the best they have to offer, all at cost plus 10%. When you shop local, you reinvest in your community. Remember, buy local, shop local. Piggly Wiggly.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Trojan Auto Parts of Troy, home of Napa know-how. Stop by and see owners Mike and Melissa Kilcrease and their Napa know-how team with over 100 years of combined experience. We're the only locally owned parts store in Pike County, and we're fully stocked and ready to serve you. We pride ourselves on being your go-to parts store, not only for the simple items, but we specialize in those hard-to-find items as well. Trojan Auto Parts, the right part at the right price at the right time. Napa, a name you've trusted here in Troy since 1945.
Napa know-how. Ford Truck Month is going on now at Bill Jackson Ford, and folks, we have the deal for you. Take up to $6,000 off MSRP and get 0% APR for 72 months for huge savings on a new 2019 Ford F-150. Select new 2019 Ford Mustang starting at an incredibly low $23,900. Or drive home a select new 2019 Ford Escape starting at just $18,900. Bill Jackson is the name you've trusted for over 30 years. Check us out on Highway 231 in Troy or online at BillJacksonFord.com.
Good morning and welcome to Today in LA at Bill Jackson Chevrolet Ford Picks of the Week right here on our show. Hope everybody's doing well this morning. Jim Jackson, my good friend, Bill Rice Jr., who won last week. Mike Amos will be calling in from Grayton Beach in a few moments, and we'll have him on the line. And of course, you're welcome to play with us and play along with us. And last week, Bill, I was looking at Will's picks. Is this them right here? The only one I don't know about is Fresno. Did they win?
He said they did not cover, so he went. Looks like he went 4-2.
4-2. He took. Did he take Arkansas? Is that
Arkansas State?
Arkansas State, and they won. And of course, Troy lost. Buffalo won. Central Michigan won, and Florida Atlantic won. So. Will Matthews did pretty well, no question about it. Of course, some of the games last week that went down the wire, of course, the one that we watched closely here was the Florida-Georgia game, and Georgia pretty much took care of business there. Tennessee didn't have any trouble with UAB, and Coastal Carolina upset Troy. Auburn pretty much took care of business against Ole Miss. A big upset. Big upset with Georgia Southern beating App State. So that was a big one there that most people did not take.
I was looking for the Fresno State score just to make sure we had Will right.
I don't, Fresno was good last year. I don't know if they're real good this year or not.
Didn't Fresno cancel their football program at one time? Or was that no, that was San Jose State.
I don't know.
That would be
UAB is one of the only ones that really just actually volunteered.
Actually, Fresno State won 41-38. So it was Fresno State +2. So they're a winner. So he goes 5-1 last week.
He did well, didn't he? That's
Best week yet.
And of course, the big one this week is Alabama LSU, and everybody's talking about that game and how excited everybody's getting over it. Jim's going to be there.
What about a big basketball game tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Right here.
UAB and Troy tonight. And, man, I tell you what, if you like basketball, this is a good one. UAB ranked in the, I think, in the top 25 pretty much year-round.
I don't know.
A very good program.
You know, there's a conflict of interest in there's two events going on tonight because I've been asked to go to both of them. The Troy Elementary School is having their fall festival tonight, which is a big deal as well.
Well, and what's your little girl's name?
Maggie.
Maggie.
So
Maggie's going to want you to...
So I'm guessing you'll be at the fall festival.
I think I've been ordered by Mom to go.
Mine and Jim's favorite deal on the fall festivals is go fishing. Go fishing. You put that line on it, and then you feel that fish hit, and you pull it up, and you got a prize.
What are some of the other festival games that have been around forever?
Musical chairs.
Bobbing. Everybody bob for apples.
You have the, I don't know what they call the musical chairs deal, but it's the cake thing.
Cakewalk. Yeah, the cakewalk was a big thing usually. Even at up in Coosa County where you were raised, did y'all have fall festivals?
Yeah, I was in Clay County, but yes.
What about C counties?
Yeah, they're all up there together. Clay, Coosa, Calhoun.
Does anybody know how many counties in Alabama start with the letter C? Have you ever counted them? It's a lot.
Exactly.
Crenshaw County, who was Washington Day, is one of them.
I would like to touch base on a couple of things before Mike calls in, and surely he'll be calling in very soon. The playoffs start this week, and of course it starts a new season. And your old school gone up to 5A when they merged, and it's going to be Sardis, powerful Sardis playing at Central of Clay.
They're kind of like Charles Henderson. They bounce back and forth between 4A and 5A.
Yeah.
Can't remember if they won it in, was this year a reclassification year? I can't remember if they won it in 4A or 5A last year.
Let's get that. Good morning, you're on Today in L.A. How you doing?
Morning.
Mike Amos calling in.
What's up,
from,
Michael?
You've already missed the first 3 picks, so we're giving you losses.
Nah.
I know there's no way in the world y'all already started picking games.
Oh, no.
No, but I will tell you this. It came down to the very end between you and Rice nosed you out. So, that's right.
Only thing you got to do tonight is have some Hooks barbecue at the house around 6 o'clock tonight. I'll be happy.
Okay, is that what we got to have? I tell you what, we're going to have a bunch of it over at the Alumni House tomorrow, too. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
You mean on Saturday?
Yeah, on Saturday. Of course, Mike...
How many thousand people do you think will not be coming into the game on Saturday and staying outside in the tailgate watching Alabama LSU?
I don't know. I hope it's going to be a lot of people that go to the stadium and instead of that, I think you'll be surprised. Troy's starting to get their, their fan base is getting better and better. In fact, they sold more tickets for basketball, more season tickets than they've ever sold before.
Good deal.
So
the new slogan for football is rebuild the wall again.
Mike, I think, and I'm going to tell you right now, Troy has lost some games, but they've been awfully close. I think 3 of them within 13 points, total points.
What did we say before the year? I said it, that, Troy can beat everybody on their schedule, but they can also probably lose to just about everybody on their schedule. And
you can't take 10, and I'm talking about 10 conference, all conference type players, and take them off your team, you're not going to be very good on defense.
You're going to miss them.
And those were 10 good players, too, and you named them. I've got a feeling. I just got a real good...
Jim's going to the Alabama-LSU game. He's going to have to try to get in the stadium about 4 hours before the game.
Well, that may be an issue because we won't serve food until 1 o'clock at our tailgate.
I mean, that's gonna be crazy trying to get in with Trump being there.
Won't you invite Trump to come on down?
We talked about that. We already go through metal detectors, so I'm not sure what else they can do.
They say the people. Were you at the national championship game against Georgia?
Yeah, but in that instance, they closed all the gates, and it was raining, and it was 30 degrees. They weren't ready for that. I think, they've only got 4 gates at the Georgia Dome, 1 on each corner. In Tuscaloosa, they've got 28 gates. So surely they can pick a section of about 4 gates for him to go in and shut those down and leave the rest of them open.
Yeah, but they're worried about somebody getting hit with a bomb.
He would then lose.
That's another thing. They already have, there's 3 sorority houses that are right across the street from the stadium. It's I can't remember which one. It's the Phi Mu house, the Alpha Chi house, and then there's one between them. Those 3 houses are already required to have bomb dogs on game day.
Oh, really?
So they already have bomb dogs right outside the stadium across the street.
There'll be snipers on top of the press boxes.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Well, they did say they're going to have all the video screens on the other games that are playing, and they got a lot of video screens, right?
They got 4, yes.
So, you can go in there, eat a stadium dog, chill out, walk on your suntan. It's not going to be too hot. I wouldn't mind, but they ain't going to let you get your flask in. That's what the students are worried about. What I hear is...
They're talking about Trump being the game day picker on ESPN. How
wouldn't that be something?
Between Alabama and LSU.
You talk about exposure. That would be some of the most exposure he'll ever get anywhere if he could be on game day. Wouldn't that be something?
That would be something.
Think about it. Last night he was in Louisiana, and let me tell you, every redneck in Louisiana was there.
Mike, what did you say?
Well, let me just say this.
They have rednecks in Louisiana.
Oh, well,
Did
let
you
me
say
tell you
redneck?
The Ducks.
What are they called, corn dogs?
I tell you who was there last night, and his beard's down to his belly button. His Ducks dynasty was there, and you would thought that they'd introduced the Elvis Presley or something.
Yeah.
I got such applause. But Ducks dynasty people are big Trump people.
Well, you can't ask for better weather. Sunny, 59 degrees, low 37 in Tuscaloosa Saturday.
That's supposed to be perfect.
Man, oh man, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and I know a lot of people like Jim. Jim, I hadn't seen Tony Smith lately. Where is he?
I saw him maybe the 2nd or 3rd game of the year, and I haven't seen him since. He's there every weekend.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I think he goes up on Tuesday or Wednesday and stays the rest of the week.
Got a motorhome or something?
Got a travel trailer up there.
Weekend is my good friend from Brundage, Jim Outlaw, and his wife. They love tailgating up there, and I don't know. I wonder how many games Jim has missed in the last 30 years.
Oh yeah, his son's Holman's a manager too, or was. I don't know if he still is or not.
Will and I were talking yesterday, and we were wanting to know where game day. They say it's going to be in the quad now.
Yeah, they're going to say. See, they had a big, I won't say argument, but Reese was fighting hard for game day to come to Tuscaloosa. There was another larger contingent that was fighting for game day to go to Minnesota.
Yeah.
What game day did not like about Tuscaloosa is they set up outside by the Walk of Champions.
Yeah.
But by the time they do the Walk of Champions, game day's over.
Yeah.
So before the big crowd gets to that area, game day's already tearing down. And they wanted to move it to the quad somewhere around Denny Chimes. Well, Reese won out. They are coming to Tuscaloosa, but they are moving it to the quad right next to Denny Chimes.
The Minnesota coach made a public lobbying effort.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't blame him. And I listened to him on Feinbaum's show. He makes some great arguments. And game day has lately started going to some places that have never had game day. And you see that it's a big deal for these towns.
Oh, yeah, for the small
I hope they get to go to
I'll
Minnesota
tell y'all,
soon.
this is my upset of the week. Minnesota's going to beat Penn State.
Minnesota's going to win the football game?
Minnesota is going to win the football game. And,
Mike,
listen, I was the guy last week that told you that and nobody picked them what was that game that I picked?
You pick a lot of upsets.
I know, but I had a couple.
He was bound to hit one, wasn't he?
I was trying to figure out which one it was. It might have been Georgia Southern. I picked Georgia Southern to beat App State last week, and
yeah, you don't really have any games tonight. You got Louisiana Lafayette at Coastal Carolina, and you got Temple at South Florida. So those are some duds.
Yeah, well, I want to hear what y'all think about that Sun Belt game. Y'all got, especially two Mikes got good insight on those teams.
Well, then of course, probably.
Troy UAB in basketball tonight. UAB is a 6-point favorite at Trojan Arena.
Well, that's is UAB supposed to be good this year?
They got a lot of guys coming back. I think they won 19 games last year. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
I would think, Troy's going to be young and inexperienced compared to UAB. UAB.
I would love to see 3,000 people there tonight. You think they'll get close to that?
Oh yeah. They will have a big
I hope
crowd.
so.
There's going to be a big crowd.
The only thing is it's supposed to start raining about 1 or 2 o'clock this afternoon, and it's supposed to rain all the way through the middle of the night.
Oh no! And
The park band's going to be downtown on Friday night, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But don't you like the park band?
The park band's great.
And they'll be a lot of fun to go down and watch that. And of course, the Delta Chi's will have their first big party in the old fraternity house on North 3 Night Street. That's going to be fun. And
what was the big party they always had? The luau party.
Oh, that's on Friday night, but they moved it to the new to the old the alumni house, the old alumni house.
Well, the Delta Chi's had a big spring party every year.
That's where that's going to be, though. This year, it's going instead of the country club.
I would go to it in high school. It was a rush party, probably. Man, that was fun.
Well, they have a lot of fun, and that's what it's all
It was a lot
about.
of fun growing up in Troy when you were in high school, going to a bunch of college parties.
Yeah, exactly. No question about it. A lot of fun. Bill Jackson Chevrolet, Bill Jackson Ford on the bypass. Have you gotten used to it yet?
Oh, yeah.
Are you driving a Ford or a Chevrolet?
I've been driving a Ford for 6 months.
Have you?
I have.
And of course, Jim, ladies and gentlemen, his dad brought the Chevrolet dealership to Troy how many years ago?
Well, no, he didn't bring it to Troy. It was already here. He bought it from Drexel Cook.
That's right. And before that was Judson Colley.
That was before my time, but.
And then before that was
Mary Chevrolet.
Didn't Garner Risby have it?
His name was Sis
Mary.
Mary. That was his name, Sis Mary.
My grandmother worked for them. My grandmother worked at the Chevrolet dealership for a long time.
Oh, that's right. That's exactly right.
How long did your uncle work at the University of Alabama? What, 40 years?
He did, probably. He was an engineer for about half of that time, and in the latter part of his career, he became director of athletic facilities. So he supervised a lot of those stadium expansions and like the construction of the softball complex. So if you wanted to get into the stadium or move around, Uncle Bobby could help you.
Yeah, no question about it. You know, I've always wondered now, since y'all are across the street from each other, you still take a car back and forth instead of a golf cart.
I wish you could drive a golf cart on 231.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
That'd be neat.
That 231 is pretty busy.
Try to get the city to build us a tunnel underneath.
Yeah, exactly. No question.
You know, they're doing that down here on 98 for people from Rosemary Beach to cross to 38 Avenue. They're going under the ground.
Yeah.
For people to not have to deal with the traffic.
Well, that would be good, no question about it.
Didn't they do that at the city of Boston about 15 years ago? And they said it was supposed to take about 3 years and ended up taking about 15 years. And they said it was going to take X billion, and it took X billion times 10, of course. But now you can ride under Boston, the city of Boston.
Jim, how many cars and trucks will you have in the parade? The parade starts at 10 o'clock. Of course, it's one of the oldest parades in the country that where a town honors the university, and of course
I have no idea.
But now, how do y'all do that? Do you have to have a certain insurance policy?
Oh yeah, you got to have a driver's license, insurance card. You know, it needs to be a prior customer.
Yeah. I do the parade. I've been doing it for 35 years.
Right.
You know, and I'll be talking about some of your vehicles.
Yeah, well, I really don't know.
But, you know, you want to make sure if they do put one of your vehicles in there or they have their own vehicle, that you want to make sure they wash it first.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I've seen a lot of parades. Maybe it's the Christmas parade or something that you don't see a lot of washed cars.
Right.
What time does the parade start?
At 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock?
You need to be there, man.
Oh, we will. I'll be there with the kids.
In fact, you could almost, no, I don't believe you could walk. That'd be too long a walk, I think.
For me, it would be.
From where you are. In fact, I saw your next door neighbor yesterday and told him he needs to get over there and meet you on the left-hand side of you, or the right-hand side of you, looking
Mr.
at
Quattlebaum?
Yeah, Quattlebaum.
Well, we're good friends.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy, no question. Let's get started, and of course we got a lot of playoff games, and we're going to be watching that real closely. And again, Rice nosed out Mike Amos for the championship. And we're going down the stretch. I saw my buddy at B Graves, and had a great meal there Monday night, and enjoyed all the amenities.
Right.
And he said you were one of his main customers. Do you go there every week?
We probably go at least once a month.
Yeah, once a month. Well, that's not so
once
big.
A month. No, that's what I was thinking. I don't.
But it is good, no question about it.
Hey, Mike, where did we eat lunch yesterday and see each other?
Sisters, and Sisters is one of our sponsors. Of course,
they had their spaghetti yesterday, Dad?
Yeah, they did. There was one and squash casserole too, and pork chops. They've got three of my favorite things. They've got three of my favorite things on Wednesday, and that's pork chops, spaghetti, and squash casserole. I ate at Paula Dean's.
Our quarterback yesterday, Joey Gatewood, visited Kentucky. Do you think that would be a good fit for Gatewood to go to Kentucky?
I don't know, not unless he wants to play both.
Play basketball too.
A lot of people say Mark Stoops is now one of the stronger candidates for the Florida State job. He used to be the defense coordinator there.
I've seen that.
Mark Stoops. That's not
Bob Stoops. Everybody wanted Bob Stoops, but I don't think.
Yeah, there's a big difference in Bob Stoops and Mark Stoops. I guarantee you.
Also, P.J. Fleck, the Minnesota coach, is a top candidate.
Well, he is a good coach.
When this news first happened, I went to the message boards on AL.com, and everybody was saying Gatewood's coming to Troy. And I said, "Ooh, I wish he would." But I bet he's going.
I'd probably like to have that.
Well, I know this. He wants to go.
Said Jake Bentley, the South Carolina quarterback, is coming to Troy.
Really? I wouldn't doubt it. You think so? That's right.
Brian Blackman in high school.
That's right. That's right. And he's probably going to get beat out up there, don't you think?
Yeah, Helinski is the quarterback of the future.
Yeah. That'd be great.
You know, you might have something
Bentley was
there,
didn't Bentley take somebody else's place and was having a real good career when he got hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was up and down, but
that'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
You know, he played his first year at South Carolina when he should have been a high school senior.
Correct.
Want to congratulate several of the local teams this week, and it's going to be fun to watch and see how they do. Of course, all of it starts tonight. Of course, Goshen's going to be playing at home, and we'll go over all of that in just a few moments. And of course, again,
I helped everybody last week, letting everybody know all these Goshen guys were going to be suspended. Then I took Goshen.
Yeah, I know it.
I think I beat you by one game, and I changed my pick after you said that. So
yeah, we never. Well, on Thursday anyway, I don't think we ever determined. I think I just assumed they were going to be suspended because I figured Coach Snyder would do that. Did they ever make an official announcement before the game, or was it just they didn't play?
They just didn't play. He didn't say a word. In fact, last night on the coach's show, I brought it up to him.
He probably tried to brush it off.
Coach, you know, you're not letting anybody know that, or you haven't let anybody know that 5 of your top players did not play in that game. And, of course, it could have been a different story. You know, Brantley beat them bad. Let's see, this is probably Will Matthews. Hold on a second. Good morning, you on today in L.A. Everybody's been waiting for you, man. What's going on?
Well, I've got the picks. Let me go ahead and give them.
All right, first of all, let's see how you did last week. Will, you took Troy and lost.
I think that was the only one.
You took Buffalo and won. You took Central Michigan and won. You took Florida Atlantic and won. You took Arkansas State and won, and Fresno State and won. And then you had App State doing over under or something like that. I don't know. What did you have you doing?
The only one I lost was Troy, and they should have won.
Yeah, that's right. They should have.
Perfect.
We got Will Matthews on the phone, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll give you time to go get your pens and your pencils because you take his predictions to the bank. Is that right, Will?
5 out of 6 last week.
I've been doing well. I will admit that.
So Bill Jackson Chevrolet Ford wants you to come by and see them too.
We'll be there.
Jim's sitting right here. All right, go ahead and give them to us.
Let's see who you got.
All right, I got Iowa plus 10 against Wisconsin.
Iowa plus 10 against Wisconsin. You think they're going to beat Wisconsin?
They got 10 points.
That's right. You like the points. I agree.
Kansas State plus 7 against Texas.
I like that one.
Kansas State plus 7.
Kansas State has been covering spread every week. I mean, they're really good.
Yeah, they are.
Louisville plus 7 against Miami. I can't believe Miami can beat anybody by 7. Now, they beat Florida State pretty good last week, but I just don't see it.
Louisville can score. I don't know if they can keep anybody else from scoring, though. And how many points did you get?
Touchdown.
7. Whoa, that is good.
I like their coach, Satterfield. I like him.
Yeah.
Right.
Good coach. All right, now this is of local interest. Alabama and LSU over 63 and a half. I think they'll have at least 50 points at halftime scored in this game.
You know, I've seen some people that like it over and some people like it under. I reckon
I heard that the over-under was 66.
It came out at 64 and a half. Let me see where Scores got it listed right now.
I've got 63 and a half when I looked it up.
That's good. If you can...
Scores still. It came out at 64 and a half and it's down to 63 and a half.
Going down.
That's what I like it over. I think both of these coaches are defensive coaches, but I like Tua and I like Burrow, and I think they're going to fill the air with football Saturday.
Okay. All right.
The next one I like is Alabama minus 6.5. I think the home field advantage is worth at least a touchdown, and I think these teams are fairly even. So.
Well, if Tua has time to throw, it's no question Alabama's going to win the game.
Tua's going to be fine. Yeah, Tua will be fine. So.
How good Alabama's defense is.
All right. The next one, Boston College at home getting minus 2 versus Florida State.
They are playing well. Boston College is going to win that game by 2 or 3 touchdowns.
I think they'll win that game easily. The next one is Missouri plus 17 and a half to Georgia. Missouri always gives Georgia fits.
Mm-hmm.
And even when Georgia's great, Missouri, in fact, the year Georgia got to the finals, I think Missouri played them to 2-point game or 3-point game. It was very close in Athens.
Well, Missouri should play up to more or less, their competition. I think that's been their problem. They won't get up for anybody, except for Troy.
The last one I've got is Penn State under 48.
Penn State under 48.
They're playing Minnesota.
Yeah, under 48. Penn State doesn't score a lot of points, does it?
Well, I think Minnesota's got a very good defense.
Yeah.
And Minnesota's undefeated. Penn State's undefeated. I think it'll be a close game, a low-scoring game.
Well, okay. Now we'll go back over it. You got Iowa plus the 10 against Wisconsin. You got Kansas State plus 7. Who are they playing? Texas. Louisville plus 7.
Miami.
Against Miami. Alabama over the 63.5 points. That means that the total over,
both teams scores.
Both teams points, and that'd
so
be
if
an easy way to do it.
he's predicting the game will be at least 34 to 30.
And he likes Alabama minus the 6.5.
Or 44-20.
Probably by game time, that could go to 7 or go to 7.5. You might want to buy the.
I think it'll be over a touchdown by kickoff.
You want to buy the half point probably. Boston College, I think this is a good one here, minus the 2 against Florida State. Are they playing the game at Boston College? I think it is.
Probably cold.
Okay, and Missouri plus the 17.5 here, and then Penn State under 48. So that's who he likes, and you've done pretty well, Will.
Yeah, last week I should have been undefeated. The Troy thing was Troy's up by 7 with a minute to go and lets them go the length of the field and score, and then they go for 2 and get it.
I know.
Oh, yeah. Well, they didn't get it the first time, but they got a penalty and got a second shot.
I know it.
I'm going to bring Mike Amos on, Will. I'll bring
For
you
bettors,
right back.
that had to be a terrible heartbreaker. I mean, you thought you had that one in the bag.
That's all right.
You're fine.
All right, wait a minute. Let's see here. Hold. All right, 1, 2, hold. All right, got both of y'all on there now? Say hello, Will.
Hey, he got it figured out. Will, you'll get a kick out of this. I was telling him earlier, I can't remember if we were on air yet or not, but, game day's coming to Alabama, but there was a big push for him to go to Minnesota. My brother and his partner in Birmingham were both good friends and went to school with Reese Davis. They were texting late into Saturday night, and as of early Sunday morning, they didn't know what they were going to do. There were 2 things that finally got them to come to Tuscaloosa, which wasn't a big deal to me, but one was they had to move the location. ESPN has not been happy. They always set up outside the end zone where the Walk of Champions is, and they hadn't been happy with their backdrop and their crowd because they're done before they start the Walk of Champions. So they had to move it over by Denny Chimes, which means they're going to have to rearrange some tailgate people. And then I think it was when they finally got it confirmed that the president was coming that finally put the final nail in the coffin.
If he could make that sport, what do they call it? The game day?
Game day, yeah. Usually they make that
politically, that would be a huge thing.
Usually they make that announcement on Saturday night, but this one went well into mid-morning Sunday because they were going back and forth, and you had people on both sides trying to decide where they were going.
What we ought to do is have a bet on how the crowd will react to him. He recently, like he was at the World Series, and they booed him.
Oh, I read an article yesterday.
I don't think he'd be booed at Legion Field.
I read an article yesterday that said there were groups planning to protest and chant profanities at him during the entire game, and the university has issued a statement saying that this was a university function and any student in the game would have to abide by university conduct.
Sure.
Since
lose their tickets.
Well, not only that, but they're going to eject them from the game.
Yeah.
That was the
and there's probably
topic,
still
that was the topic on Feinbaum, who came out and blasted that because it's the freedom of speech, First Amendment issue. So Alabama got some blowback. And then that guy, he issued another statement. Somebody with the SGA.
Yeah, so they got no problem as long as they follow the code of conduct. But when they start violating the code of conduct,
he said that the word was disruptive behavior, and then he later said, "I wasn't talking about booing or embarrassing the president. I was talking about all this block seating controversy where some groups, fraternities, get into altercations with other people that try to move into their seating." So that's what he
Mike,
said.
you think it?
What are you going to do now for Senate? I know you're a big backer of Tommy Tuberville, but now your buddy Jeff Sessions is going to run against him. Who are you going to take now?
Boy, it put me in a bad position, Michael. I
know. I've seen you in a lot of pictures with Tuberville.
Yeah, and I've been in a lot of pictures with Sessions, too. They're both friends of mine now. Of course, I hadn't met Tuberville until about 3 or 4 or 5 months ago.
How do you like him, Will? Is he a good guy?
Yeah, in fact, I probably talked to him 45 minutes Sunday night. He was in Dothan at the Peanut Festival, and I was out there at the Peanut Festival.
Yeah.
I said, Coach, I know you're not a politician. He said, well, how do you know that? I said, well, politicians do not campaign on Sunday. He said, well, I'm not campaigning, I'm just busy.
Oh, boy.
So, I mean, who will win then? Will Sessions win?
Well, the polls right now have, with Sessions in the race, it's a toss-up between Sessions and Tuberville who wins the nomination. But I hear Bradley Byrne will get out tomorrow.
So it's confirmed that Sessions is running?
Yeah, Sessions is running.
Who'd Jeff Coleman run against?
Yeah, he's going to be on Hannity tonight to announce.
Yeah. Who'd Jeff Coleman run against?
A bunch of people.
Who's Jeff Coleman?
He's running for Congress. Martha Roby's seat.
He's going to be running against Troy King. He's going to be running against what's the lady's name from Prattville? Her husband was in Riley's administration. He's head of security now for is it Jessica Taylor?
She has no prayer.
Right.
And there's a preacher in Prattville that's in the legislature running. He's real young. He's
correct.
No prayer for him. And then you got the guy from Enterprise that ran last time and ran a good race last time. He just missed the runoff. Barry Moore. He's running. So there's 5 of them running, I think.
Oh, boy, that's going to be something.
Dan, why don't you have Tuberville on the show? I think you've already had him on the show
We'll be glad to have him on the show.
He'd be glad to come now.
Exactly.
You know, actually, now that you mention that, Will, the only signs I've seen on the side of the road, of course, I hadn't been to Dothan, I've only been to Enterprise, but the signs I saw on the side of the road a couple of days ago going to Enterprise were Barry Moore signs. Those are the only signs I've seen out so far.
I've seen a ton of Coleman billboards.
All right. Will, do you want to play the game with us?
What are y'all doing, high school?
We're picking up. We're picking
we haven't
high
even
school
started yet. We're just now starting high school.
High school and college.
I'll do college. I don't know anything.
Okay, all right. Bill will keep up with his stuff, if you will, right there. And we'll now let's get started. Well, what we're going to do, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back in just a moment. Brought to you by Bill Jackson Chevrolet Ford in Troy, Alabama, on the bypass.
Ford Truck Month is going on now at Bill Jackson Ford, and folks, we have the deal for you. Take up to $6,000 off MSRP and get 0% APR for 72 months for huge savings on a new 2019 Ford F-150. Select new 2019 Ford Mustang starting at an incredibly low $23,900. Or drive home a select new 2019 Ford Escape starting at just $18,900. Bill Jackson is the name you've trusted for over 30 years. Check us out on Highway 231 in Troy or online at BillJacksonFord.com.
I've been working for this my whole life. The chance to relax on the open water. With my financial institution, Max, my Achieve checking account earns dividends. So I'm free to do what I love.
Piggly Wiggly's local butchers are on site at both stores and will help you select the best cuts of meat and trim them to your liking. Our USDA choice beef is the most consistently tender, juicy, and flavorful beef you can buy, all at cost plus 10%.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Back to our show, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by Bill Jackson Chevrolet Ford on the bypass in Troy. And also we want to mention our good friends at Trojan Auto Parts. My good friend Mike Kilcrease and all the guys there are getting ready for a big weekend of homecoming at Troy University. It's a big day in Troy.
Ready to go watch Arrington play.
That's right. I like Arrington, too. Let's get started with T.R. Miller versus Pike County. Pike County is undefeated, ranked number 2 in the state. Quite a game here.
I think Mike may be the only person that picked Pike County to go undefeated at the beginning of the year and then picked against them 3 times during the season.
Yeah, that's right. You know, Gordo is number 1 right now, and Pike County is number 2 in the state.
I'll take Pike County big.
Yeah, I like Pike County. I think the home team should be the favorite teams in this round, shouldn't they?
Mike, we're talking about T.R. Miller, Mike.
Well, they're forward with that.
You're bound to, over the years, had friends of yours that went to T.R. Miller. They're the cockiest bunch of people in the world.
That was a great rivalry when I was in the newspaper business in Troy. I covered a lot of playoff games between those two teams.
And Miller just beat W.S. Neal on the Battle of Murder Creek, Mike.
Are you going to take T.R. Miller?
I'm going to take Pike County. All right, Mike. Everybody takes Pike County.
I think everybody likes Pike County.
Boy, they got a running back that's a great player.
Yeah, they do.
Thorsby and Goshen.
Hey, I think he was actually Player of the Week last week, WSFA, or in the running anyway.
Thorsby and Goshen, didn't play 5 of their top players last week because of some things that happened in the Highland home game. But they'll be fully loaded and ready for Bear as Thorsby comes to town. Chilton County, Alabama, Jim.
Another county that starts with a C.
Chilton,
there's a lot of
these guys eat a lot of peaches.
I like Goshen at home. I think
coffee.
I think the lower area teams are traveling to the higher ranked area teams. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the home teams have a huge advantage
Thorsby's
here.
record?
They really do.
Mike?
Thorsby's record 6-4.
And Goshen has lost 2.
Thorsby's record 6.
Well, they lost one of them without 5 players.
7-3.
Yeah. This is going to be a good one. And that game played at Eagle Stadium in Goshen.
Goshen lost to Laverne in a game they should have won.
Yeah.
They lost to Highland Home in the Brawl Bowl, I guess.
Yeah, that's right.
And then, of course, they lost to Brantley last week because of the Brawl Bowl.
Everybody tells me that this kid, this quarterback at Brantley, just a 10th grader, is going to be big time.
He can flat out throw it.
Big as Bo
They say he's also a real good golfer, too, Jim. He's just a great athlete. All right, I'll take Goshen, the Goshen Eagles.
I think everybody likes Goshen.
I'm thinking, all right, everybody takes Goshen.
Go Goshen.
I'm thinking about running down to Mimi's and eating breakfast this morning. I haven't eaten down there. Everybody going to take Goshen?
They did.
Go Eagles.
Okay, Chickasaw, and Chickasaw is located right there or on the outskirts of Mobile. You know, everybody plays good ball down there, but Arrington is red hot. They won 8 in a row since losing their first 2. Who do you like, Jim?
I'm going to take Arrington. I'm going to take the home team in almost all these games.
You're going to take the Purple Cats. Mike, who do you like?
Yeah, I'm going to take Harrington, Chuck Dunn, and
Chucky Dunn.
Gilcrease do a great job down there.
They
really
do. Great job. Keep it up, though.
All right, who do you like? Everybody likes Arrington? Whoa. But again, though, it's the 4th against the 1st seed. Charles Henderson of Troy, 4-5 on the year at Faith Academy, 10-0, and ranked in 5A the number. Oh gosh.
Are we 4 or 5A?
I was thinking. Let's see here. I was 5A. And you know what? Here we are. They're undefeated. One of the only undefeated teams. There are 3 undefeated teams in 5A, and they're one of them.
Charles Henderson, made the playoffs, and it's kind of what it's like every year for them. They play like a team, either 9-1 or 10-0, and they got beat by a team that was 3-6 last week in Baldwin County, and Faith Academy, I'm sure will win this game handily, I would imagine. Well,
let me just say this. Charles Henson's not bad if you look at how they've played in some of their games. They've got a front. Charles Henson's defensive front averages 300 pounds. They're going to be huge next year, and they're all juniors.
The problem with Charles Henderson, though, is they average about 5 personal foul penalties a game.
Yeah, I know.
Clean up.
Extreme lack of discipline.
And we talked about that on the coaches show last night, and he said he's worked, trying to get this thing taken care of. I think anybody would be crazy not to take Faith here.
Yeah, I like Faith Academy.
Mike, who do you like?
Well, I've already said.
Yeah, he said Faith Academy.
Exactly. You've been awfully hard on your alma mater.
Mike doesn't care. He don't care.
I mean, somebody's got to be honest.
Yeah, after the first couple of weeks, I learned, and I've lost on them a couple of times, but it's been when I picked against them.
Some of Mike's comments about Troy University, I want to just kind of get under the desk.
Well, it's just, I mean, all this is shocking. I mean, did any of y'all sitting up there right now think Troy's going to be 3-5 right now?
No, I don't think so.
You know, Mike, when you said something 6 or 8 months ago about the guy that they were going to miss was not going to be Neil Brown, everybody thought you were crazy. But now you look back, and I know they miss Neil running the program, but the guy that they miss the most right now is Vic Coney.
Oh, there's no doubt.
You're right. And Coney turns around and almost beats Baylor. Sure does.
Yep.
The Fruitdale Fruits against the Brantley Bulldogs. I would guess that would be their nickname, the Fruits. Danny Lee could call us up and tell us who the nickname for Fruitdale is.
I'd guess the Tigers.
Fruitdale. He'll probably send me a text.
Okay.
Check that out.
And
I like
also,
Brantley. I like Brantley at home.
I like Brantley Bulldogs.
You can always guess Tigers or Bulldogs.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if we lost Will or
I don't know
what.
if it is
Maybe
not.
that's...
Let's see here. I'll put Mike on a hold and we'll see here. Good morning. How you doing?
Hey, it's me. I dropped off. But
Okay, all right. We're about to start in a minute. We're going to
Still in high school.
Put you on hold a second. Wait a minute now. Let's see here. All right, Jimmy. There we go. Wait a minute. I got to go.
You got him. You got him.
Mike, are you on? Both of you on? No, the blinking light. I got to do something.
They're on.
I got to do something with it. There we go, right there.
Now you got everybody.
Everybody's on. Okay.
And they're both anonymous.
We're still working high school, all right. Who do y'all like?
I think everybody took Brantley.
Everybody takes Brantley. How about Marengo at Elba?
I hadn't marked this one yet. This one's a tough one
Elba.
for me. Again, it's got to be
I need some intelligence on these.
Got to be a Marengo team that's third or fourth in the region.
I'm taking Elba. Me is taking Elba. Mike, who do you like?
Yeah, Coach Johnson's done a good job taking over for Pate Harrison. Of course, we hate all that happened for Pate because we know him well, but I'll take Elba.
It's at home.
Okay. Everybody else take Elba?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Zion Chapel, 6-4 at Reeltown, 10-0 or 9-0.
Reeltown.
And Reeltown's got one of their top teams. Who is Reeltown's most prominent
Former citizen?
Charles from Reeltown?
Charles from Reeltown?
Yeah, on the Paul
Is Charles still living? Is he still living?
I don't know. If you want to know, Fruitdale is the Fruitdale Pirates.
All right,
Pirates.
Good. Pat Dye lives in Reeltown.
How about that?
Or right outside of Reeltown. All right, everybody takes Reeltown.
They did?
Yeah.
Okay, Fayetteville at Luverne. Luverne was runner-up last year. They got another good team this year. I'm going to take Luverne.
Right across from Farm Leaks Golf Course, near Sylacauga. That's a long trip. For them to come to Luverne tonight. I'll take Luverne big.
Have you ever played Farm Links?
We were talking about that yesterday. That's the one golf course I have never played.
It's supposed to be really nice.
Yes.
Everybody talks about it being a very good place.
It's Coach Riles, Luverne. Friendly
Luverne,
city in the
Coach
south.
Riles from race out here at, not Shellhorn, but
Raymer or
Dublin?
No, not Dublin. Somebody come up with it. It ought to be easy. No. He lives over there right near Red Schoolhouse. What's the name of it?
That's Dublin, Raymer.
Not Dublin. The schoolhouse is there in Dublin.
He went to South Montgomery County Academy, didn't he?
That's right. What's the name of that little town, little community?
I don't know.
He played youth baseball in Troy. I remember that.
All right, G.W. Long at Cottage Hill, and this is a tough opener for G.W. Long. G.W. Long's 8-2. Cottage Hill is 8-2. Cottage Hill used to be in the Alabama Independent School.
Have they already played?
No, they haven't played. Cottage Hill is
Didn't they win the state championship last year?
well, gosh, I don't know. They won in something. What classification would they be? 2A or 3A?
Isn't there a subdivision in Montgomery called Cottage
If
Hill?
they're playing GW Long, they're 2A.
2A. Cottage Hill is ranked 13th or 14th, something like that. All right, this is going to be a tough one.
Well, I said I was going to take the home team all the way through, so if they're at Cottage Hill, I'm going to take Cottage Hill.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take G.W. Long, my home team. I'd love to see them win. Mike, who do you like?
Do we know for sure where this game's being played?
Yeah, it's played at Cottage Hill.
Give me Cottage Hill.
Mike, isn't there
I got
a neighborhood in Montgomery called Cottage Hill back behind downtown, up on the hill?
I remember that. It used to be Old Reeves School, and it was called Cottage.
Might be Cottage something else.
Yeah, okay.
But they've kind of redeveloped a lot of houses up there. It's real
Exactly.
neat, old houses.
Okay, we're going to take a break. This show is brought to you by Bill Jackson Chevrolet Ford on the bypass right here in Troy. We'll be back to more Bill Jackson Chevrolet's Picks of the Week right here on Troy Cable.
Ford Truck Month is going on now at Bill Jackson Ford, and folks, we have the deal for you. Take up to $6,000 off MSRP and get 0% APR for 72 months for huge savings on a new 2019 Ford F-150. Select new 2019 Ford Mustang starting at an incredibly low $23,900. Or drive home a select new 2019 Ford Escape starting at just $18,900. Bill Jackson is the name you've trusted for over 30 years. Check us out on Highway 231 in Troy or online at BillJacksonFord.com.
I've been working for this my whole life. The chance to relax on the open water. With my financial institution, Max, my Achieve checking account earns dividends. So I'm free to do what I love.
Piggly Wiggly's local butchers are on site at both stores and will help you select the best cuts of meat and trim them to your liking. Our USDA choice beef is the most consistently tender, juicy, and flavorful beef you can buy, all at cost plus 10%.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Well, we're back. Back to our show, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by Bill Jackson Chevrolet Ford on the bypass. We've got Missouri at Georgia. Georgia is flying high after beating Florida. Missouri, you don't know what Missouri team's going to show up. Early in the year, they were a very good football team. What's the line on this? Of course, we're picking games. I'll take Georgia to win the game.
I think Georgia's about 17.
Take Georgia to win the game.
But I like Georgia to win.
Yeah.
Me too.
All right.
Did all that NCAA, they were, supposed to appeal whether or not Missouri could even play in the postseason.
I don't think they've got an answer yet.
They still don't have an answer yet? The season's almost over.
I don't think.
I'll take Georgia.
Okay. Everybody takes Georgia?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Next game is Clemson at North Carolina State. I don't think, like Pat Dye said one day of Georgia, he said, I'll say this, to North Carolina State's not man enough to beat Clemson. I'll take Clemson.
Well, the line was like 40 points, Mike.
Yeah, NC State, I watched against Wake Forest, and Wake Forest just destroyed them, so
Yeah.
Clemson will do the same.
Okay. Kansas State at Texas. This is a big one here as far as upset you right here. Bill, Jim, who do you like?
Kansas State and Texas, I like Texas.
All right, Will, who do you like?
Actually, I like Kansas State. They're 7-point underdogs. I think they're going to win the game outright.
All right, I'm going to take Kansas State.
I'm going to take the favorite at home, Texas.
Okay, how about you, Jim?
I took Texas.
All right, Mike, who do you like?
I'm going to take Kansas State as well. I think they're really hot right now.
All right, both
So
out.
that LSU, if Kansas State beats Texas, that LSU victory over Texas, is that everybody went crazy over. Suddenly it's a Texas team that would have lost 4 games.
Yeah.
Well, they've already lost 3, and that. Yeah, so.
They should have lost to Kansas. They
Yep.
had a field goal to beat
Yeah,
Kansas.
is that a good point? So we don't really know.
Here's a line right here that I didn't even realize. We're not picking this game, but Notre Dame is only a 7-point favorite over Duke.
Golly. Whoa.
Alabama beat by how much?
40-something to 3, I think.
And I didn't even see that. You want to write that in?
No, I was just looking at the line and thinking how crazy that was.
Okay, everybody like.
3 teams I can't pick this year in the ACC. I can't pick Virginia. I can't pick Duke, and I can't pick North Carolina.
Virginia won last week, though, didn't he?
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying I can't ever pick those games.
All right, Florida State and Boston College. I'll take Boston College to win the game.
Yeah, Florida State's got a mess. I like Boston College.
Who do you like, Mike?
I'll take Boston College, I guess.
All right, Will Matthews, who do you like?
That's one of my premium picks this week, Boston College. Big.
Big. Boston College got a great running back.
2 points. They're only giving up 2 points.
I know it. That is something.
I love that David Allen Coe's song, Please Go to Boston. Isn't that what he says? Boston College.
Well, we're supposed to play up there, I think, next year, don't we?
We do.
We're playing UMass, yeah.
Playing UMass up there, so we're going to be able to go up there and see all the
UMass is like 3 hours from Boston, though.
We can ride through that tunnel I referenced earlier.
Everybody took Boston College?
They did.
All right. Tennessee at Kentucky. Here's a goodie. There's no question in my mind who I like here. Mike, who do you like?
I mean, I tell you what, I've been impressed with Tennessee. I'm going to take Tennessee.
Yeah, I like Tennessee. They've been playing well lately.
I'm going to take Kentucky playing at home, and I like the moxie and fight of their quarterback and the athletic ability of their running quarterback that used to be a receiver.
This is a 6:30 game, so it'll be pretty cool when they kick off.
It sure will.
He's been a starter now 3 straight weeks, and 2 different times he's rushed for over 200 yards.
Oh, Rocky Top, you'll always be home sweet.
You talking about the Kentucky running back, Michael?
Quarterback.
Yeah, the Kentucky quarterback that was.
Yeah, well, running back, quarterback, same thing for them.
Yeah, he rushed for 100 yards against Georgia.
You know, I bet this quarterback wishes he's back at Troy for next year, don't you?
Would he have had eligibility?
Yeah,
he had another year.
Oh, you're right. We could use him.
Well, we got a good one. We just hadn't played him. I don't know what's the deal about that. Okay, everybody takes Tennessee. Who took Kentucky? Rice took Kentucky.
He did.
I took old Kentucky. My old Kentucky home.
UAB at Southern Miss. UAB got drilled last week by Tennessee.
Yes, they did.
And their quarterback got hurt. Do we know if he's going to be hit back?
What, the UAB quarterback?
Now, he threw 4 interceptions, I think.
Yeah, 4 interceptions.
Oh, man.
How'd he got hurt, too?
But he's been playing for 3 years, I think.
Yeah, he had a real good record all the way through high school. I'm going to take Tennessee, too. I'll take, I don't know. I'm going to take Southern Miss.
I like Southern Miss in this game.
Take Southern Miss.
5-point favorite.
I'm going with Southern Miss.
Who do you like? Mike took Southern Miss, too.
Who do you like, Will?
I like UAB.
UAB. Mike takes Southern Miss.
The line's going down in Vegas, though. It started at 7. It's down to 5.
Yeah.
I saw Southern Miss against Troy. I'm not impressed with them.
Okay, all right, Iowa State at Oklahoma. I don't know if they're brave enough to beat Oklahoma at Oklahoma. And Oklahoma's still got an outside chance, don't they, at the playoffs?
Boy, they've just fallen off the radar after that loss.
Yeah, they got to blow out everybody the rest of the year. I like Oklahoma big in this game.
They're not even talking about Jalen as a Heisman contender anymore, and he actually had a really good game in the game they lost.
I'm taking Oklahoma for all you folks. See, there are people all over the world. There's over 1 billion people watching this Pickett show today, and they're wanting to know what I'm going to pick. You know, I can't. My phones are just jammed and everything, Jim.
Yeah.
Well,
I got you.
Everybody wants me. I don't know why.
They say that.
Who's better looking, you or Danny Sheridan? You?
I don't know.
That'd be a close race.
Danny Sheridan.
I'm not sure who we could get to judge that, Michael.
Everybody knows that.
Danny Sheridan's good looking guy.
All right, here we go. Western Kentucky at Arkansas.
Yeah, this is a tough one here.
And I'm taking Arkansas on this. I'm gonna go right out and take them. They got to win a game somewhere.
They are a 1.5-point favorite at home. They are 2-7. Western Kentucky is 5-4.
I hate to use this cliche, but Arkansas's coach has got one foot out the door and the other one on a banana peeling. So he ain't got much chance, does he, Jim?
Their 2 wins are over Portland State, barely, and Colorado State.
Okay. All right. Who else y'all got? Anybody take Western Kentucky?
I'm taking Arkansas.
I'll take Western Kentucky.
I'm gonna take Western Kentucky.
Mike Amos takes Western Kentucky over.
I was in Tulsa this past weekend. There's a lot of Arkansas, fans that live there because it's only an hour away from Fayetteville, and they said Morris is done.
Who are they playing at quarterback now? They've started playing.
There's three of them that rotate.
The Jones kid is gonna start.
Yeah, but I promise you they'll rotate.
Jerry Jones's grandson is supposed to start that game. I saw it the other day. Okay, Baylor at TCU. TCU's fixing to do everybody a big favor. They fixing to beat Baylor and get them out of the system. Farley is in the audience out there. Farley, a good buddy. Farley's one will go down to Goshen tonight and see that ball game. They play Thursday night. No, they play Friday night, don't they?
Baylor's a 2.5-point favorite at TCU.
Y'all go down there anyway.
Baylor is a 2.5 favorite at TCU. I'm gonna take the upset. I'm going for the upset. I'm taking TCU. Who do you like, Mike?
I'll take Baylor.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Baylor. Baylor had a close call last week with West Virginia.
Maybe
a wake-up call.
There's a lot of pressure on Baylor. This is a very good bet.
Oklahoma's going to beat Baylor, but TCU, they're another team that's like a box of chocolates. You don't ever know what's going to show up. They got a freshman quarterback. Did I read somewhere that he might be hurt, though?
Baylor's got Oklahoma and Texas left. They're going to get beat.
It's not saying anything on that. Will, who do you like in this game?
I like Baylor, and I just don't buy TCU. They're 4-4. They've lost 4 games, so I'm not going with them.
They beat Texas. I'm going to go with TCU at home.
I'm taking TCU.
And
all right, one of the big games, and we're going to go on break after this one. Minnesota at Penn State. My upset special of the week. Take Minnesota to win the football game. And what is the line on that? Do y'all know?
It's
not enough.
About 7
o'clock kick on ABC. Penn State's a 6.5-point favorite.
All right. I like Minnesota a lot.
8-0 against 8-0.
I like Minnesota. They're big and strong up front. And that's
Not
what
so fast, my friend. No, Penn State is. They got a good defense, good offense. Penn State will have a showdown with Ohio State the next week. I'd love to see Minnesota win.
Penn State's defense has given up 7, 13, 10, 0, 7, 12, 7, and 21.
That is
the 21 was to Michigan.
Late.
Minnesota's defense has given up 21, 35, 32, 31. Yeah, I like Penn State in this game.
Okay.
I'm predicting Penn State will win this game like 24-7.
All right. Well, all right. Y'all heard it from me, and you heard it from them. You the billion of you that are watching this morning, take Minnesota.
I'll take Penn State. Penn State and Minnesota, they won't play in the dome though. Minnesota plays outside, don't they? The university.
Yes. They've got a brand new stadium.
Okay. Iowa at Wisconsin. And which one of these teams gonna show up?
I like Wisconsin.
It's a close game.
Iowa plays good on the road.
Yeah. I'll take Wisconsin too, but the teams are very similar.
Gentlemen, I'm going with Iowa. I think Iowa's going to win the ball game.
I like Iowa in the points, but I like Wisconsin to win the game.
Okay, Wisconsin lost 2 games now, haven't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, everybody take. Everybody. I'm the only one that took Iowa.
You are?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to be the only one that's going to take App State here.
I'm sure you are.
App State is going to beat South Carolina.
I would have. If they would have came back and beat Southern, I think I would probably take App State in this game because they were undefeated. But South Carolina's trying to get bowl eligible, and they've got to have this one, so I'm going to take South Carolina.
Okay. All right.
Wouldn't surprise me if App State wins, but I'm taking South Carolina.
Last time I looked it up, Musgrove cannot play.
Time out. Is this you or Michael?
That's Michael.
Okay.
Musgrove. Muschamp?
Yeah.
Muschamp will be at 5 wins if they win this one.
Wasn't their total early in the year, their preseason total 4.5 or 3.5?
Yeah,
it was a low number.
In the country.
Right.
They're still going to play Clemson, too.
Yeah. All right, who do you like, South Carolina?
I do. Carolina.
Yeah, I like Carolina.
App State. App State would be a big win for their coach.
You know, if App State won, they'd beat South Carolina and North Carolina in the same season.
That's great, yeah. All right, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. This is Bill Jackson Chevrolet's Picks of the Week on Troy Cable's Today in L.A.
Ford Truck Month is going on now at Bill Jackson Ford, and folks, we have the deal for you. Take up to $6,000 off MSRP and get 0% APR for 72 months for huge savings on a new 2019 Ford F-150. Select new 2019 Ford Mustang starting at an incredibly low $23,900, or drive home a select new 2019 Ford Escape starting at just $18,900. Bill Jackson is the name you've trusted for over 30 years. Check us out on Highway 231 in Troy or online at BillJacksonFord.com.
I've been working for this my whole life. The chance to relax on the open water. With my financial institution, Max, my Achieve checking account earns dividends. So I'm free to do what I love.
Piggly Wiggly's local butchers are on site at both stores and will help you select the best cuts of meat and trim them to your liking. Our USDA Choice beef is the most consistently tender, juicy, and flavorful beef you can buy, all at cost plus 10%.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Basketball game.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah. Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah.
Here we are.
I'm talking about 6 points.
Yeah,
We're back on the air, buddy.
Yeah, we're back.
Back to our show, and ladies and gentlemen, Troy University opens their 2019-2020 basketball season against UAB out of Birmingham, one of the top programs in this part of the country. UAB is a 6-point favorite over Troy at Troy tonight. This is a great opportunity to come out and see what Troy basketball is all about. It's a lot of fun, and I recommend that you buy season tickets. They're at a very good price. In fact, right now they're selling tickets like they've never sold them before, as far as a lot of interest in the Troy basketball team under their new head coach.
Yeah, I mean, the new head coach Scott Cross won over 20 games, I think 5 different times at Texas Arlington.
Yeah, you're right. He's a very good coach, no question. Let's get started with Vanderbilt at Florida. Your alma mater, Will. Did we lose him again?
No, he's there.
Florida over there. Hey, are y'all going to fire your coach, or can y'all afford to buy out?
They can't afford it. They're paying that guy $3.5 million, which I can't believe.
Yeah.
They're saying the next Vanderbilt coach is going to be Jeff Fisher, the former Titans coach.
Oh, no.
You don't like that?
Well, I don't know. He wasn't much of a pro coach. I didn't.
Neither was Saban.
Yeah, that's right. You're right.
Neither was Spurrier.
Yeah, I'll take Florida to win the
There's
game.
a lot of those examples.
Everybody takes Florida.
You say he wasn't much of a pro coach. He coached 17 years for the Titans.
Yeah, he's a defensive guy. Okay, Wake Forest and Virginia Tech. Wake Forest has just lost one game. At Virginia Tech, I'm going to go ahead and take Virginia Tech to win the game.
Virginia Tech's playing better lately.
Well, Virginia Tech playing at home will win the game.
I'm going to take Wake Forest.
I'm taking Wake Forest there.
Okay, I'm rattling. I'm drilling this bunch, ladies and gentlemen. Get it on. Call all your friends.
Do we have our yearly standings, by the way? I know you keep it up with it.
Yeah, I keep up with it. Yeah.
I like Wake Forest too.
Mike likes Wake Forest. Who else y'all like? Let me tell you, Virginia Tech's a hard place to win.
Will, who do you like?
I like Wake Forest.
Okay, it's what winners are made of, ladies and gentlemen.
That's the coach. If Florida State, I'd go get. I'd get Dave Clawson from Wake Forest to go to Florida State. That guy's a really good coach.
Yeah. They've got a lot of names out there.
He can win at Wake Forest. That's pretty good.
Georgia Tech at Virginia. What happened to Georgia Tech, Will?
They're awful.
I mean, they're not even competitive. What's their problem?
They got a bunch of triple option players trying to run the spread offense. They don't have any fast wide receivers. They don't have the right quarterback.
Yep.
It's going to take 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
We all take.
Everybody takes Virginia.
Oh yeah,
I'll take Virginia.
Yep, Virginia.
Okay, Louisville at Miami. Will likes Louisville in the points, but who do you like to win the game, Will?
I'll tell you what, Mike, I think Louisville will beat them.
Okay.
So I like them to upset Miami.
Louisville, the very fast team, one of the highest scoring teams in the country.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't watch a lot of the NFL, but I caught a little bit of the who does Lamar Jackson play for?
Ravens.
The Ravens Patriots game the other night. That kid may be the best quarterback to come into the NFL in the last 20, 25 years.
He can do it all.
He is unbelievable. I mean, you have him hemmed up, and nobody lays a hand on him.
Oh, I know.
Nobody lays a
hand on
him.
He made him look sick. He made him look sick.
Look at Mark Ingram, though. Mark Ingram's going to rush for about 1,400 yards.
Yeah.
He's about 30 years old this year.
Yeah, he's having a great
Well,
year.
you're basically adding a second running back with a quarterback. There's two guys you got to defend when you're running the football.
And on the option, he leaves it in there to the very last fraction of a second and then pulls.
I don't even know if who won the game, the Ravens or the Patriots. I have no clue.
He beat them by 2 touchdowns.
Can I make a point about Mark Ingram? Last week Alabama had 4 former running backs now in the NFL that had 100 yards total offense. 3 of them rushed for 100 yards. Kenyon Drake, Mark Ingram, Derrick Henry had 100 yards total offense, and Josh Jacobs. They were all in the top 5 rushers in the NFL.
Josh Jacobs is on fire with the Raiders.
Henry didn't have 100 yards rushing, but he had 100 yards total offense. Alabama has never had 4 running backs in an NFL game that had that good a week.
Jacobs is going to be rookie of the year if it keeps up.
Probably so.
Remember, it's homecoming.
I think Miami. They've won 2 in a row. They won at Pittsburgh, and then they won at Florida State. I think they found something. I'm going to take Miami.
Yeah, I like Miami in this game.
You made me think the same way. I'm going to take Miami over Louisville.
Now, winning at Florida State wasn't saying much.
Why, when I see Louisville, do I think about a bunch of outlaws? I mean,
you go back to Bobby Petrino.
Petrino.
I think about Papa John's Pizza when I think about it.
Yeah, and that guy's about the same way as Petrino.
Though, is he?
Shaquille O'Neal's our new spokesman.
Is he really? Okay, Texas Tech. Let me ask you this. Have you noticed this new restaurant that they're advertising now? We've got one in Troy, but with a former San Diego running back.
Yeah, I've noticed that, Mike. He's got LaDainian and Tomlinson.
Yeah, what is that restaurant he's got? We've got one here in Troy.
I don't know.
It's a franchise restaurant, but they pop his name in front of it.
Roast beef.
Arby's.
Yeah, they personalize.
No, he's just advertising for them. Okay.
No, he's got an Arby's store, he claims.
Well, you got to remember now, a bunch of these people, once they're, I won't say struggling, but once the glitter's falling off of the Christmas tree, that's like a company called Carlot, and it's not Carlot. Let me think of the name of it now. But anyway, they've got the Hyundai Mazda store in Carlock.
Yeah,
they got the Hyundai Mazda store in Tuscaloosa, and it was struggling. So they went out and they pay Julio Jones whatever it is, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month, and now it's Julio Jones Hyundai Kia. They did the same thing to a couple of stores around the Atlanta area. It's a group that owns a bunch of stores that were struggling. Those stores are no longer named Carlock. They're now named Andrew Jones. They played for the Braves.
Yeah.
So they're trying to take these professional athletes and tie them in to businesses that are mediocre businesses right now to try to push them over the top. That's what Papa John's has done. That's what Arby's has done. I think you're going to see a lot more of that in the future. Because the athletes get free money. All they're doing is signing away the rights for their name to go up on a building, and I'm sure they're getting, Will will know about that, but I'm sure they're getting waivers to where they can't be involved in any legal actions.
All right, Texas Tech at West Virginia. Everybody took Miami, or everybody take Louisville?
You got Texas Tech 3-5 against West Virginia 3-5. Neil Brown needs this game at home. I'm going to take West Virginia.
And y'all were talking about Tuberville. Did you know that Tuberville owned a nationally televised game when he was the head coach at Texas Tech and Neil Brown was his offensive coordinator? Took his hat off and hit Coach Brown over the head with his hat. And they used to show that all the time, and nobody made a big deal about it. But this is Neil Brown's old Texas Tech team coming to West Virginia. You know, this one's tough. This one is going to be tough. Texas Tech's got a lot of weapons. And
Texas Tech's a 1.5-point favorite, but I'm going to take West Virginia at home. They need this win, and I think it's about time for Neil to get one again.
Finish strong.
Mike, who do you like?
I mean, I said I like Neil. I mean, if he gets to this, he's 4-5. He's got an outside chance to get him to a bowl his first year.
I'm going to take him, too. I'm going to take West Virginia. Will, who do you like?
Winds up.
Who do you like, Will? All right, everybody likes West Virginia.
No, I'm taking Tech. I'm going against the field.
Oh, okay. Rice is taking
They're favored by
Tech.
1.5.
They are?
Yeah. All right, Stanford at Colorado. And, of course, Colorado plays pretty good at home. They got that big old Buffalo. Stanford, you don't know what team they're going to show up.
I mean, who cares about this game?
I know, but, well, I'll tell you right now, I'll take Stanford. I just don't believe Colorado is man enough to beat Stanford. Who do you like, Mike?
I mean, if Stanford's got their quarterback back, I mean, I'll take them. I mean, Colorado's 3-6 now, so I'll take Stanford.
Colorado's scoring a lot of points.
Everybody takes.
I'm taking Stanford.
Colorado's going to wind up with the kid that left Alabama.
Are they
Antonio Alfano.
Stanford.
Are they?
Okay, I got
But it's
you,
because of Mel Tucker.
Yeah.
You know, Mel Tucker's the head coach at Colorado now that was at Alabama.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think he was involved in the recruitment of that kid.
Did everybody take Stanford?
Everybody takes Stanford.
What a washout. I mean,
Okay,
you get the
Illinois
#5 pick in
at
the whole
Michigan State.
prospect in the
Illinois
whole
at
country.
His
Michigan
grandmother
State.
died. I think that just devastated him. And Mel's the one that recruited him.
What Illinois team was you? You know who needs to win that game is Michigan State. Who do y'all
They're
like?
a 14.5-point favorite.
You mean Illinois is or Michigan
No,
State?
Michigan State is.
Golly, is Michigan?
I like
State?
Michigan State.
What kind of year is Michigan State having?
I don't know, but obviously Illinois is having a really bad year.
I don't know. They beat Wisconsin.
Illinois is 5-4. Michigan's 4-4. Michigan State is. I'll take Michigan State. They're going to win this to get to the bowl.
Played at East Lansing. I'll take Michigan State too.
I imagine that's going to be really cold.
Yeah, it is. And it's going to be cold in Troy out here on Saturday. Okay, Arizona.
Will, who'd you take?
Michigan State.
Okay.
I want to mention that Steve's going to have a low country boil Saturday morning starting around noon. And, boy, that's a great place to eat.
Where's he going to be?
Right there in the Armory parking lot. You'd love it.
Better be careful. You might have hundreds of people lined up. He may not have enough food.
Well, I don't know. He's always...
I've heard a lot about his cooking.
I'm doing the same thing in Tuscaloosa. I should have got with him and got him to pick up my shrimp.
Yeah, that's right. He does that well. Arizona State at Southern Cal.
This is a tough one.
Southern Cal needs this win badly.
Well, since our show is broadcast in L.A., named for L.A., I'm going to take SoCal.
All right. I'm going to take Southern Cal to win that game.
Arizona State is actually the home team here, not
it
Southern
is?
Cal.
Oh, no.
Arizona State's 5-3. USC's 5-4. Coming off that blowout against Oregon. I'm going to take Arizona State.
Yeah, I think I will too, being the home team.
The reason I get it through this right here.
And I will say this, Herm Edwards has done a lot better job at Arizona State than I thought he could ever do.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really
But
has.
you know what? How many games has Southern Cal won, Mike?
5.
5-4.
They both won 5 games.
I like Southern Cal. I'm taking Southern Cal. Mike,
It's still hard to believe that USC beat Utah because Utah's just been destroying everybody since then.
Mike, who do you like here?
I took Arizona State.
All right, Arizona
Southern Cal will be playing fine, and then all of a sudden they just, I mean, it's like they turn off a switch. They were up on, who'd they play last, Oregon?
Yeah.
They were up like 21-10 or something, and then they get beat, what, 50-21 or something?
Unless you got a huge buyout. Do you know,
he's gone.
Yeah. You know, back to the Florida State deal. Anybody that would pay a coach $20 million buyout, it would destroy most anybody's program.
Who was 7-5 his only year at Oregon.
Now, the word I heard was that, and talked to a good friend of mine that's a big Florida State guy, and he said that the president told them if they wanted him gone, the boosters had to come up with the money. He wasn't paying it. So they did, right. And now he's told them if they want to make a big splash with the head coach, they've got to come up with the money.
Yeah.
Because the university's not going to.
Well, guess what? Guess what happened? Because I know what happened.
Tell us what happened.
There is a lady, and she is a multi-millionaire, almost a billionaire. She created Spanx. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Tight pants women wear so they don't look fat.
Not just for women, William.
Well, whatever.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
She wrote the Florida State Booster Club, and I don't know what they call them, something like the Garnet and Gold thing or whatever, a check for $20 million.
Oh, God.
And she told them, she said, you buy him and his assistants off, and whatever you got left, put it on the new coach.
Dang.
$20 million, one person.
Isn't that something?
You know, that's...
So, you know.
There are a lot of people that $20 million is not a lot of money to, believe it or not.
And there's a lot of instances now where coaches, and of course I don't think this guy was ever going to make it, but there's a lot of instances where coaches aren't given enough time. But what causes the universities to have to take action is when you're sitting there on a day like that where, and I assume that game was in Tallahassee.
Yeah.
And you look around and you've got Florida State, Miami, which is one of probably the top 3 most recognizable rivalries of the last 25 years.
That's right.
And your stands are less than half full. You better do something because you're in trouble.
Well, I was told this. Bob Stoops was offered a $5 million signing bonus and $10 million a year for 5 years guaranteed. So he was offered $55 million and turned it down.
Somebody said the only job he would ever come back to college football for was Notre Dame.
Yeah. Well, he turned down $55 million.
He must be a very wealthy guy.
Yeah, he's
crazy.
He's about to be the head coach of the XFL, the Dallas team.
Yeah, he's already a head coach. He's coaching now.
They're not going to pay him anything, though, are they?
That's a hobby. That's just
You don't think Vince McMahon can pay him? He's a billionaire.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but that's still a hobby. You know.
Okay. All right, let's look at this.
2 games left.
Georgia, Southern, and Troy.
Wait, Will, who did you pick? Arizona State or Southern Cal?
Arizona State.
Okay.
Arizona State.
All right.
Okay.
I am burnt out on Southern Cal.
Yeah, me too.
It's homecoming at Troy University. The big parade, appreciation parade, starts from downtown Troy at 10 o'clock. Looks to be a beautiful day and homecoming at Troy. A lot going on. Georgia Southern red hot right now. They just came off of a big win over App State. I think Troy's got them in a situation here that Troy is going to win this football game. They're going to beat Georgia Southern. Troy's going to be tough from here on down. The problem is they're going to have to outscore folks. Their defense is not
Troy,
very good.
Troy get some transfers in on defense this week?
Well, they're going to just have to outscore folks. If they've got the ability to do it, they've got a good offense. Except, running back, I would have never called that guy's number, mainly for one thing, he's young, and they were asking him to get 2 yards that were pretty hard to get. And he lost his footing before he got going. Who do y'all like here? I can't get anybody to say it.
I will. I can't make myself take Troy. I just can't. They can't stop anybody. You pull for Troy. You hope they win. Hope they have a great crowd. Hope it's a good weekend. But I can't make myself pick Troy right now.
Okay.
Also, Georgia Southern has suddenly found the formula.
They're playing pretty good football.
I believe in momentum in college football, and they've got positive momentum, and Troy has negative momentum. So
they've got a great wishbone quarterback. He's the guy that got in trouble. They didn't do anything about it much, and
he finally came back. Though.
Oh yeah, they got him to come back.
You get pulled over in a arrested for cocaine, and then also they dropped the charges, and he's able to play the rest.
Not marijuana, but cocaine.
Well, it was bird poop.
Oh, they call it bird poop, yeah.
I mean, listen to these Georgia Southern scores. They got beat by Minnesota, who's undefeated at Minnesota, 35 to 32. Then they beat South Alabama at South Alabama, 20 to 17. They beat Coastal Carolina in Statesboro, 30 to 27 in overtime. And then they just beat App State 24 to 21. So they can win a close game. So I'm gonna take Georgia Southern. Unfortunately.
Shame on you, son. Shame on you. Hey. You need to go somewhere else for your Thanksgiving dinner.
I'm going to be at the beach, so you need to come down here, I guess.
Well, I plan on being down there, but it's got a difference in where we live. I'm just cutting up.
Who do you like, Will?
I like Georgia Southern. Will put probably 50 on Troy. It'll be easy.
Yeah, that's another thing I was going to look at.
At least Troy doesn't have to defend the pass against Georgia.
You know, I always say the best way to stop an option team is just hit the quarterback every time. Hit him every time. Not allow him to beat you.
Well, Troy's pass defense is awful, and Georgia Southern throws it about 4 times a game, don't they?
They threw the ball one time against App State. One time, so they're one-dimensional.
One time, and they rushed for 360 yards.
That's right, they're one-dimensional.
But they...
All right, we got the big one, the game of the century part 2. Who's going to win it?
The game of the century, maybe the game of all time,
I'll stun everybody. Everybody knows who I'm pulling for, but I got a bad feeling. I think LSU matches up really well against Alabama. Alabama's field goal issues. Tua, we don't know if he's really 100% and can get through the game. I still think Alabama can make the playoffs if they lose this game and have a 100% healthy Tua, but I'll go with LSU in a very close game.
Alabama.
What do you think the score will be? 37-35?
Mm-hmm. Alabama might have one of the toughest schedules known to man. They've got to beat LSU. They've got to beat Auburn. They got to beat Georgia in the conference championship game. How bad can you get?
From here on out.
I know it, but
from Auburn
from here on out, I mean, they got the.
Auburn had a way more tougher schedule than Alabama.
Yeah, and he's actually talking about from today forward.
From LSU.
But Auburn still got Georgia. Auburn still got Alabama.
Yeah.
Auburn's already played LSU, so Texas A&M played all those teams.
Yeah.
So it's plus Clemson. So there have been some tough schedules out there this year, and everybody puts way too much stock into who have you played the first 7, 8, 9 weeks of the season.
I know.
Because to get to where you want to go, you're going to have to play them all eventually anyway.
Well, it's going to be a headache getting in and out and around because there will be 30,000 people, maybe more than that just plan on tailgating instead of going into the game.
How about 100,000?
No, he's talking about just outside tailgate, not going to the game.
Not going to the game.
100,000 outside tailgate.
Yeah, the biggest crowd we've ever had was when Joe Paterno came to Tuscaloosa back in, 08, 09, 2010, somewhere in there.
That was the hottest game I've ever been
We
to.
had one of the greatest
we had
linebacker, our linebacker just dominated the game.
No, you're talking about I'm talking that you're talking about Derek Thomas back in the 80s.
Yeah.
I'm talking about when he came right before he retired, and we had over 200 people at our tailgate that day that came through. I can see us having close to that number this time, since the weather's going to be pretty good.
I know y'all.
We've been there so long, everybody knows where we are. Will's been over. We'll have a huge.
Who's going to win the game, man?
I like Alabama to win the game, and I like them to cover. I think their defense has been kind of vanilla all year.
All right.
Terrell Lewis is healthy. The linebackers have had a couple of weeks. Jennings is still due his dominant game. He's played solid all year. They are weak. I think Shane Lee's weak in coverage out of the backfield. I think LSU can take advantage of that, especially if they can get him isolated on some inside receivers. That is Alabama's weakest point, is him covering. But I think Alabama's just as strong in the back seven as LSU is.
I worry about their front. Do they have any of those big guys left up front?
Who are you talking about?
Alabama.
Raekwon Davis.
Yeah, they got Raekwon Davis. A possibility LeBron Ray will be back, maybe not. But the Barmore kid has had a heck of a year. He just hadn't learned his assignments yet.
So they're going to be good up front.
I think they're pretty solid. I like Alabama to win this game. I'm going to say 42-31.
Alabama more than
All right.
I'm gonna say this right now. Remember this name, Jalen Waddle. He's gonna be the difference.
No doubt.
Well, running back kicks.
Yep.
All right, or catching screens or reverses, however they want to get it to.
Alabama 42-38.
I said 42-31.
That means I'm going over.
What do you like the score to be, Michael?
Over.
Alabama's gonna win 45-35.
You like it about like me. What about you, Will? What you think the score is?
Alabama 56, LSU 49.
God.
Right, so you really do expect a Big 12 game to break out.
Go ahead and underline over or under.
Well, your score says that.
All
I got to do is add your score up.
That's right, over.
And
you're right.
One of my premium picks is Alabama over 63.5.
Well, it could go into overtime, and you could score even more points.
Yeah.
They're saying Tua is going to be at least close to 90%.
Tua would have played last Saturday if the game had been last Saturday.
What is your score, Mike? What is your score?
45-35.
45-35. Shame on you. All right, here we go. That's over.
I picked Alabama.
I know it. Over.
Everybody's got it up in the 40s and 50s.
Well, we got a heck of it.
We got it over at least.
Exactly, no question about it. And boy, this is going to be a great week. And
yes, it is.
Of course, I'm going to Troy. I'm going to see Troy play. And
Because I'm going to be at the Seaside Wine Festival.
I might. Oh, you got to make a living though. That's where to do it. But I bet.
And now, are you going to be miserable the day after, Michael, because of the tasting, or are you going to be miserable the day of for working?
I'm going to be pouring wine in the middle of the game.
Holy cow!
But